In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this super fast ominous bottle potion farm, which will get you the bad omen effect. So then you can go start raids and explore the trial chambers. This farm is incredibly fast and will give you more ominous bottles than you'll ever need. We got a lot to cover, so let's get into the build. So in part one of our raid farm, we're going to have to find one of these Pillager Outposts, head over to it, clear it out, and specifically go to these two little wooden shacks right here. And we're going to go ahead and put leaves inside here so we don't get any of these pillagers spawning in there, because they tend to spawn in here. Now this specific one has two, so I'll go ahead and fill both of these in. On a pillager outpost, the direction that the door is facing determines how many spawn spots that the pillagers will spawn in. Check out this quick YouTube short to find out the information you need to find out how many spawn spots your pillager outpost has. In this example, you can see the sun sets in the west, so if I look this way, that's north. That means this pillager outpost has 4 possible spawn locations inside of it. Once you get up top, clear all your pillagers. And then the next thing we're going to do is remove all of this roof along with the chest. As you're clearing out this roof, one of the things you want to do is leave the middle block in place. So what I'm going to do is just switch it out so I know that it's the middle block. We're going to need that location in part 2 once we build our raid farm. Make sure when you're clearing everything off out here, you include the fences and the walls. Everything we need to build this ominous farm is going to be inside these shulker boxes. To identify our first spawn spot is you come to the top of your stairs and you count over 2 blocks to the right of the top of the stairs. So 1 and 2. And this block is the same spawn spot in every single pillager outpost. So we're going to go ahead and knock that out. We're going to drop down this hole. And we're going to knock this one out. Drop down this one, knock this one out. Drop down this one, knock this one out, and we're at the bottom. Bruh. Now we're going to go ahead and place a leaf block on each one of these holes all the way to the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in a iron block here. You can use anything you want, as long as it's not a leaf block or a piece of glass so that they can spawn on it. Now go ahead and place down a temporary block here and add a few pieces of glass to surround that temporary block. Go ahead and remove your temporary block. Now we're going to head about 30 blocks away and set up an AFK spot. And there you go. You can see our first pillager has spawned in and is stuck inside the glass. And what you'll notice is that he's spawning in at the northwest corner of this block. So with that mechanic, we can remove the... Oops. Sorry, buddy. And with that mechanic, we can remove these 3 blocks. And if I were to place a glass block instead of a glass pane block, he would be forced to fall into this hole. So now we know in which direction we can start building our Trident Killer. Let's get rid of him. Go ahead and take down your glass. Now that I know that this is a 4 spawn location pillager outpost, I'm going to show you how to get the next 3 locations. In order to find that, go to your first spawning block and count over 7 blocks to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then our 8th block is going to be a spawn location. And then to find the next one, we're going to do the same thing. Count 7 blocks to the right. 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then our 8th block will be our 3rd spawn location. And then to find the last one, do the exact same thing. Count over 7 blocks. 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then the 8th block will be the last and final spawn location. Now go to your spawning block and add 2 temporary blocks and your new spawning block on top of those 2 temporary blocks. Now we're going to add in our hoppers. So we'll have a hopper facing this way, a hopper into this, and then 2 more going into those hoppers. So right next to our stair blocks, we're going to place a piston here. Turn to our left, place one here. Turn to the left again, and one more time. Now go ahead and add blocks to fill in the square. Now we're going to go ahead and place our observers. So we'll place 4 observers down in this direction. Now go ahead and place a block on top of each piston. And then place a trapdoor on the face of each observer. Once you place the last trapdoor, the Trident Killer begins to start. In order to stop that, just go ahead onto one of these blocks, add a lever, and then turn it off. Now we're going to waterlog the pistons. In order to do that, we're going to need to place a block behind this piston. Then add a bucket of water to that piston. Then go ahead and throw in your 2 tridents. right at that piston there. Both these tridents are enchanted with impaling 5. So now when you turn the lever on, your Trident Killer is active. Now go ahead and add a row around the Trident Killer. Place down a temporary block on top of your spawn block and a glass block on top of that. And then just add one more row of blocks around the Trident Killer. Now to put an item collection area in, just remove these 2 blocks and these 2 blocks. Place down a double chest here. And then go underneath and add one more hopper into that double chest. And that's it if you're going to only build off of one spawning spot. So in order for this to work, go ahead and turn on your Trident Killer. Head over to your AFK spot. And you see them starting to spawn in and fall directly down and get killed by the Trident Killer. And after 5 minutes of AFK, we've got about 20 bottles of ominous potions. But I'm going to continue and make 3 more of these. Since I have the 4 spawn Pillager Outpost, I'm going to duplicate this exact Trident Killer on these other 3 spawn points. Excellent. All 4 Trident Killers are built and all 4 of the spawning locations. All right, I hope everybody had a great day. I hope everybody learned a little bit about how to find the spawning spots for the Pillager Outposts. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.